Action News, the most watched news program in the Delaware Valley.
Well, can I share something with you? I've seen Titanic over 150 times, and I just love that movie. And when I can't get to the theater, I just send a check directly to James Cameron. Hi, I'm Bill Maher, and this is a very special post-Oscar Politically Incorrect. My guests tonight are an esteemed panel of legendary Hollywood performers who combined have 10 Oscar nominations and wins for Best Supporting Actress, Best Actress, and Best Actor. My guests tonight, Rod Steiger, Talia Shire, Gary Busey, and Shelley Winters. And we are going to be talking about America's love affair with the movies, and a love affair it is because it involves some people pretending and other people paying to watch. Anyway, it's all been tabulated by Price Waterhouse and satirized for your protection.
Tonight on Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher, Oscar winner, Rod Steiger. Oscar winner, Shelley Winters. Oscar nominee, Gary Busey. And Oscar nominee, Talia Shire. And now, the star of Politically Incorrect, Bill Maher.
All right, let us meet our Oscar panel. She has done 3 Godfathers and 5 Rockies, been nominated for 2 Academy Awards. Talia Shire. There you are. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. An Oscar nominee for the Buddy Holly story. His next films are Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and 2 Shades of Blue. Gary Busey. Gary. He is an Oscar nominee for On the Waterfront and The Pawnbroker, and an Oscar winner for In the Heat of the Night, Rod Steiger. Mr. Steiger, how are you? And finally, she has Oscars for The Diary of Anne Frank and A Patch of Blue. Her next movie is Gideon's Web, Shelley Winters. Hello there, Cupcake.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Have a seat.
Hello.
Okay. Well, how about that Oscars tonight? I guess my first question would be, Titanic, the biggest movie of all time. Now, is it the best movie of all time, or is the public who made you people stars wrong?
Has Titanic topped Gone with the Wind?
Oh, well, you know, Gone with the Wind, a ticket cost 25 cents. Now, a movie costs $8.50. So they calculate it that way, and yes, by that measure it has. It's the biggest
Well, what
movie.
you got to remember that one of the basic places where theater derived itself was from the circus.
The circus.
Yes, it started one person telling a story. After a while, circus was a theater for the world. That's why they became so big and so well, monetarily did so well. And now you watch this spectacle, which the Titanic is. I don't know how Mr. Cameron put it together, but he did. And you begin to, it's like a tightrope walker. You keep saying, well, I know it's a movie, but how the hell is he going to handle it? And you get fascinated.
That's the truth. It's because I think you really feel that it's this one director with a vision, and all of the wisdom and conventional logic, you know, doesn't apply. He sort of took it right through.
Making a movie is the epitome of committee art. And there are so many committees that work to make the film work as a whole. And the Titanic was, had more going. It had such technical and special events with the filmmaking, but the love story.
Yeah, I
story,
think the conventional part of it is what sold
powerful.
Is because it's such an old-fashioned kind of story where there's a guy and a girl. She meets him, she hates him.
But it's done on the level of a spectacle.
Right, exactly.
That's the point.
Exactly.
It's not a,
Spectacle,
they've
epic.
elevated with, it's like Barnum and Bailey Circus 12 times over, the size of the boat, the special effects.
You're obsessed with this circus, but
I'm not.
I don't.
No, but he's right.
I don't really.
Right.
Wait, I just want to answer. I want to
That's
answer
not why
that.
it's a hit.
Have you ever
There's a
seen
lot
him
of. There's
Have
a
you
lot
ever
of.
seen him on a tightrope?
No.
You have missed something.
There's a lot of spectacle movies with a lot of special effects, and they are not the biggest movie of all time. That's not why this movie.
Well,
is.
why? What's the key word?
It's
big. It's the biggest thing on the screen you ever saw.
It's also a piece of American history.
That's
It really
true.
happened.
I haven't seen it.
Mr. Cameron.
Right. And is that a...
I'm faithful to the Poseidon adventure.
Really, that's good.
And so in protest, you won't see any other movie with...
With a boat in it.
No, I'll probably see
Have you
it.
seen Waterworld? Because that really sucks.
I understand Titanic is 2.5 or 3 hours long.
It's 3 hours, and I think...
Well, you have to get rid of your logic when you see that. No kid from the third class is going to get anywhere near to the first class where she is, and nobody's going to go up to the bow of the
Let me ask
boat as the captain's alive. Is what the hell are those idiots doing up there? Get them out of there. Also, the water's running the wrong way. Well, if the boat's going down this way, how can you have the water running that way?
So...
I know you got money in the picture, Bill.
No, I don't, but I mean...
You know, when they sold the movie, I think they lied, and they said it was, what, 2 hours and some other thing. They lied because it went to 3 hours.
Yeah, it's over
and
3
20
hours
minutes.
long.
And you're not supposed to do that because you don't get enough show time. So
But
this is Mr. Cameron.
Yes, and a great fit is. But let me ask you this. You say logic. To me, the greatest illogic in movies, in this movie, too, and you've done movies like this, is that a boy meets a girl, she hates his guts, and in 90 minutes, they're together. To me, this is more damaging than violence, than smoking, than anything else in the movies, because in real life, you like someone at first, and then you hate them later down the line. In movies, you did a movie like this with Annette O'Toole. I forget the name of it.
Fooling Around.
Fooling Around. How many?
Culbertson's first
Let's not ask how many remember that one. Right? She hates you at first. She's engaged to some other guy. How many? I could name 50 movies like this.
Bill, I took classes on charm. And innocence.
There's a class in innocence?
Innocence, yeah. Innocence. It was as if...
Also, the 90-minute thing is ridiculous. I mean,
What's
you
90
can dazzle a woman in
Innocent.
2 or 3 minutes. Doesn't take 9. I have trouble with that. That's just too fast. Back off. Get away from me.
You're saying if you meet a woman and she despises you, you can turn her around. That's
She
it.
despises me until she feels my personality and physical attributes.
It's,
What do you mean by physical
yeah,
attribute?
you sound like
My
President
left
Clinton.
arm.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, we got a
Okay.
keeper here.
Next
Yeah.
subject.
Next subject is a commercial. We'll be back.
Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher, brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks.
There are thousands of square miles to explore. And that's just on the inside. Chevy Tahoe.
For anyone who really hates looking up the numbers they call the most, Voice Dial from Uniden.
Name, please. Pizza Man. Dialing 7.
Because names are so much easier than numbers.
Love lobster? It's Lobster Fest at Red Lobster with the lowest Lobster Fest prices in 6 years. Dive into some new tastes as well as old favorites. So get cracking. Lobster Fest ends March 29th. And life on land is dry.
Hey, Phoenix. Dr. Scholes wants to know, are you tough on your feet? Stand on concrete all day, it hurts.
Walking on rebar tears up your feet bad.
So at the end of the day, how do your feet feel?
Well, they're burning.
Some days I feel like somebody's hit them with a hammer.
What's the first thing you do when you get home at night?
Take my boots off. Take my boots off.
Take my boots off.
These are the Dr. Scholes work insoles, and these provide 100% more cushioning than what you have in your boots right now.
Feels pretty soft.
Feels great.
Yeah?
Yeah. Ready for another 10 hours?
Feels like a new pair of boots almost.
All right.
Tuesday.
Cancer in my prostate.
These are tough times for Andy.
I'm a good friend.
But at the 15th precinct,
He's got a gun in his pocket.
things just got worse.
Unhook the handcuffs.
New Blue, Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
She was your permanent playmate. She was a partner in crime. She was your beauty consultant. She was a sympathetic ear. And today, she's just a phone call away. That's why MCI offers 5-cent Sundays. 5 cents a minute of every Sunday, along with low rates all week long. Call 1-800-SUNDAYS to become an MCI customer.
What goes downstairs alone or in pairs and even goes off-road. A thing, a marvelous thing. Everyone knows it's amigo. Amigo, amigo, for sun and love and joy. Amigo, amigo, it's fun for a girl and a boy. Amigo, amigo, for sun and love and joy. It's fun for a girl and a boy.
Amigo, new from Isuzu, battery included.
If you're planning to be in the Los Angeles area and would like free tickets to Politically Incorrect, call 213-852-2655 or visit our website at abc.com/PI.
All right. Oscar night. Let me ask all you folks who have been to the Oscars this question, because it comes up every year. Every year there's political statements being made. This year was no exception, probably.
You're touching a nerve.
Why?
Because I don't think that's the place to make political statements.
You don't?
No, I don't.
You do?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Well,
why? It's an art show. It's prestige. It's like art is only the search. It's not the final form. There are 360 ways to see an elephant. Those are the things we should be saying.
And the circus is one.
Oh, don't you start. Ever since you missed the trapeze, you're nothing.
I believe if you care about something and you know an injustice is happening and you believe sincerely that you want to help rectify it, any public forum that you can speak on is valuable and should be used.
And I would speak for the American Indians.
But then, well, Brando.
He did.
One
Well,
year.
I'm in
He
far
sent
Delaware,
somebody
and I
there.
would speak for them.
Yeah, but I mean, if...
But that's not
First of all, if you're going to speak for something, you should be there in person. That's
Right.
not nice to send somebody, Indians or anything else.
Brando...
But the thing is, it
right.
contradicts democracy in one sense. You have all these millions of people listening. You present your side, and there's no response. You got no response. Now, if the things that people talk about usually are very human and like, supposing somebody get up there with a philosophy supporting the Ku Klux Klan, there would be a much different discussion going on here.
Yes.
Ooh.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah, you're right. Yes. Charlton Heston could have won an Oscar. I know that sounds preposterous. But he could have gotten up there, and his cause is the NRA. And what do you think that crowd would do if he said, you know what? Yes.
Lock and load.
And, I mean, everybody has some pet
But how
cause.
many times has it really been done? It's not been done a whole
Well,
lot.
Brando didn't show up that time.
I was there that he sent an Indian girl.
Sasheen Littlefeather.
Feather,
Right.
yes.
He sent Richard
Turned out to
Gere.
be Marilyn Cruz.
That was her real name?
Whoa, wait a minute. I didn't hear no Indian name. There was an Indian name on the air. Then years later, it was just in the paper the other day. Her last name was Cruz or something.
Well, we'll look into that,
Why do you
Ron.
look so?
That is...
Why do you look so comfortable?
Richard Gere, a couple of years ago, mentioned Tibet. That was his cause. Lynn Redgrave, the Palestinians. The one that was most outrageous...
Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa Redgrave,
Yes.
you are correct.
Yes.
Susan Sarandon and Tim Robbins,
Yeah.
I thought that was outrageous because they didn't even win. They were just presenters. They were just presenters, and they talked about Clinton's policy in Haiti.
I think there's only one thing you should talk about.
Yes.
Give to the actors fund, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Give to the
residuals.
actors fund. Public, send your money. Help us with our
Residuals.
hospital, our home, our golf course, our ski slips, everything. Help us.
Are you serious? The Actors Fund?
The actor,
I could mention that.
called
Why should
television.
Well, why should they have a fund?
because they need it. That's where old actors
Well, let's
go
put
who
it in a
have no money.
nutshell, because
You know, but
without
it's
them,
a life they chose. Why
without them, the public wouldn't have an Academy Award to watch. That's something to think about. Why not take care of people who entertain you, try to lift you out of the monotony of life, gifted with imagination?
Oh, they're not doing it to lift anybody. They're doing
wait
it
a
to
minute.
lift
They may not.
themselves.
No.
Please. Oh, really?
No.
You all got in this business out of the
You
good-
are now in trouble. You have said the wrong thing, okay? Most people I know who are any good, look, when a young actor comes to me and he says, I want to be an actor, I said, do you want to be an actor or need to be an actor? There's a big difference. A person who needs to be an actor feels complete because they're acting, they've got something about them that feels satisfied.
Like you now.
Huh? Like what?
Like you right now.
Yes, I'm very satisfied. I'm in a society that's a monetary society. I make a living as... Wait a minute. Listen. It's my... You got to remember one thing. It's my show, Bill. Okay? You got to remember. My point is I make a living at something I love to do. Yes, we get extraordinary payment. But a producer gives you $1, he's making 100. They say the actors are making $20 million, the picture makes almost $1 billion. I'm really going to cry.
That's a hit. Right? Not everybody... That's Titanic you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about dedicated actors. You're talking about, when I to finish my sentence, you're always interrupting. I don't understand what's going on with this man. You say you want to be an actor? After you, sir.
Do you think actors do it for other people? I hear that all the time. They do it for themselves because of their need, right?
Their desire.
Shelley?
But many actors I know work for the motion picture and television home. It's a great cause, and if you were there, you would see well-known people. But if it wasn't for that home, they would be in the most dire circumstances. And I think it's the most valuable thing to talk about.
Is that where that's where we're going to all be together?
The point the point I'm trying to make is the ones who seem to be able to create, they have to do it. It's not the salary. They do feel more complete, so in a sense, yes, they're doing it for themselves to feel complete as a human being. It just happens this thing they have is called a gift, and people like to watch it in operation.
Okay.
Now you have the other ones who want to be just stars. Who doesn't want to be a star? Man, I never worried about money in my life. I made more money not worrying about money than people who dedicated their life to it.
You know what a star is? A star is nothing but a self-contained mass of gas. A star is nothing but a self-contained mass of gas.
That's right.
Yeah.
But,
they're up there.
Well, I'm glad we can agree on gas.
No, but seriously, the best definition I ever heard, Artaud, about an actor is an athlete of the heart. And I think that's very, very true.
Okay, well, I'm just a commercial tool, and I
heart.
have to take one right now. We'll be right back.
If you've been getting those phone stickers, you may be getting a little confused. So allow me to simplify. I love stickers. Okay, but if you're calling anywhere in America or anywhere around the world, most calls from home will cost you less with AT&T One Rate and One Rate International. So you're saying the sticker... I'm saying if you use those stickers, you could get a little sticky. You might get stuck paying more with those stickers.
Yeah, I know, I got that. But I love stickers.
Never been more frightened in my life.
In America and around the world, the AT&T One Rate plans.
Look who's here to see us, Granny.
Well, hello, young'un.
Hi, Granny. What's that smell?
Well, you're in for a feast tonight. Stuffed gopher.
That might take a while. Let's have nachos first.
Doggies, that sounds real nice.
New Tostitos nacho-style tortilla chips with new beef and cheese topping.
Hot dog!
No nachos. They're so easy. Even Jethro can make them. Let's do the hillbilly wave.
Tostitos. Nachos, that is.
Whatever kind of car or truck you drive, now's the time to drive it to Sears. Right now, all Goodyear tires are on sale. Get great savings on all Goodyear tires, like Wranglers, Aqua Handlers, or Eagles. Or get our best-selling Goodyear tire, the Weather Handler, for as low as $19.88. All Goodyear tires on sale. It only happens twice a year, so get in, get tires, and get rolling. Sears Auto Center.
There's a woman in Jack's past Carly knows nothing about. That is, till the mystery woman comes back for Jack. A new Something So Right, ABC, Tuesday.
There are a number of reasons why Infiniti I30 owners love their cars. For some, it's the rich, shiny look that comes from the 6-step paint process. For others, it's the custom-tailored 6-speaker Bose audio system. And for still others, it's the responsive 190-horsepower V6 engine. Now, thanks to a special lease rate on the I30, you can find a reason of your very own. The Infiniti I30 lease. Now for a limited time at your Infiniti retailer.
Divorce ruined me financially. The credit cards got maxed out. Now with one income, I can't make the payments.
We had a lot of medical expenses. The credit cards were a big help, but now I can't make the payments.
First, I lost my job.
Then the car broke down.
The credit cards were a big help to get by.
But now we use one card to pay another, just to make the payments.
Debt-free can help. There's no loan, no credit check, and the service is free.
Debt-free works with over 50,000 creditors to reduce or eliminate interest and consolidate bills into one easy monthly payment.
In 30 minutes or less, we can typically lower your payments and consolidate bills into one monthly payment with no loan and no credit check. When calling, have your most recent bills, balances owed, and account numbers. The program is simple and the service is free. Call debt-free, 24 hours, toll-free.
Okay, as long as you actors are here, let's talk about someone who was in the news this week, an actor, Yves Montand. Shelley, you probably had sex with him.
Why?
No, I read your book. You got around, you were, what? Okay, but you know...
It so happens I did.
So
Too good.
Well,
Too good.
He's dead and they dug him up. No, I'm not kidding. Everyone in France is up in arms about this, and you certainly don't want French people with their arms up. No. What happened was a 22-year-old woman claimed that Yves Montand was her father, but she had no proof, so they wanted to do DNA tests to see if he's her father, because it involves the will and money for this woman.
There you go.
So they dug the man up to do DNA tests on him, and I'm wondering if anyone thinks this is as wrong as I think, that if you get to the grave, you're on base.
I think depends how famous they are.
What do you mean?
Well, if they dug up George Washington, there'd be another revolution, wouldn't it? Even Montand, not that many people know.
But is it not
in France, they're up in arms.
Does not rest in peace mean anything?
Yeah, the final curtain call should be it. Once you're
Well,
left
how do you
the
know?
planet.
First, you're taking for granted you're resting in peace. This is our super. You know, we're saying that's how you rest. You're supposing when you're in the ground, something terrible happened.
What were the results?
Then you would be resting
Oh,
in
you had to rehearse every day.
Maybe you'd be resting in pieces.
What were the results of the DNA?
The result, they have not found the results yet,
Resting
I
in
don't
pieces.
think.
Well, I mean, but the mother's behind this, right? I mean, obviously the mother is behind this, and so this may
What
be...
mother?
It's money.
I don't know.
Her mother or
No.
The mother...